Notts County 2 player ratings. It's finished Eastleigh 2, Notts County 0. This just what has happened to this team. What has happened? Falling like a stone, you know, being overtaken by Eastleigh now, Bromley above us, Chesterfield above us. I dread to think how far behind Chesterfield were at one point this season. You know, it's the same old story. We played okay against Torquay, and then this first half, fantastic. You know, dominant. Should have had a hatful of goals, but who cares if you play well for 45 minutes and it ends up like that? Who cares? It's literally a waste of time. You may as well play badly if you're not going to get the result at this stage of the season as well. Whether you're Birchall in or Birchall out, because I know that a lot of fans are either in the in or out camp, rightly or wrongly. I'm not going to put my opinion forward on that in this video. But whether you're in or out, our form is awful. It's diabolical, and that's got to be partly on the players as well. You know, winless in 5, 1 point, 1 point from a possible 15. 1 point from 15 is a disgrace with this team. I know you players have to perform, but at the very minimum, we cannot be finishing outside the playoffs. We have capitulated as a club. They look like there's no fight in them. They've got no idea. They can't. They honestly, they couldn't win a game of rock, paper, scissors at the minute, this team. Absolutely awful. You know, going into Altrincham, they're just not going to beat Altrincham based on that performance. You know, away to Altrincham, a team that with all due respect, we should be winning. So, I'm going to player rating. Steele, bog standard 5. You know, he's let 2 goals in. Maybe could have done better with the second one, but it's a good finish. 5. Kelly Evans, up and down quite a lot. I'm going to give him a 6. Thought he was one of our better players. Go to the other flank, and Chickson, likewise, not really at fault for too much. 5.5 for me. Kelly Evans just the better of the two. Go to centre backs. You've got Ellis bandaged up. Still looks like he's got a swollen eye. Okay, long throws are always a threat, but we've got no one in there with any confidence at all to finish anything. He's going to get a 5.5 from me. And then the two men either side of him, Ben Turner, his game summed up when he overran the ball midway through the second half and had to chase it down and then gave a free kick away. I think got a yellow card for a late tackle. Immobile. Maybe it's not a formation that suits him with 3, especially when the wingback gets forward. You know, don't think it would have mattered if Lacey was in there today. It was a poor performance from the defence, really. And Turner's going to get a 5, not Ellis's level. We'll go to Rawlinson now. You know, if you've been watching our previews, that we believe Rawlinson needs to be dropped. Really like him. Love the interview he did, but he's just not cutting it at the minute, and he's given away. And his distribution was terrible from the back. And then all of a sudden, you know, they've gone and scored from it. At a crucial point where Notts were knocking at the door to try and get an equaliser, and we know with Notts they could get an equaliser and then a winner. So he gets a 4.5 from me because really he's killed the game dead, and then he's given way too much space for their player to score the second goal, so really poor. Go to midfield, Doyle, Reeves and Griffiths. I want to start with Griffiths. You know, I thought he was actually okay. He missed a decent chance, but I do think he was okay today. And I'm going to give him the highest rating so far. I'm going to give him a 6.5. I think a lot of the problems didn't lie with the midfield 3 today, which is odd when your midfield is really your most important position. I think he was decent before he came off. And then Reeves, fantastic today. Reeves was actually really, really good in that middle. So he's going to get a 6.5 as well. His work rate was fantastic. Even their commentators alluded to it. That, you know, his work rate was absolutely top notch. So he's going to get a 6.5 as well. And then Doyle, not quite that level, but he was still decent. He's going to get a 6. And I really do think that you can't really scapegoat the midfield too much today. I think the problems lie at the back and at the front with not finishing. Next, I'll go up front then to Knight. Now, we saw his pace. He backed himself to beat a man by knocking it round him. You've got to have pace to do that. I thought it was lively. He had a great effort first half that the keeper had to parry. It was difficult to score from that tight angle. But for me, Knight gets a 6.5, I think. He was pretty good. Just didn't have the finish. And then his partner, Wootton, missed a few chances again. Again, like Rawlinson, I really, really, really like Kyle Wootton. You know, he's a fantastic player over the past couple of seasons. But he simply cannot start. It's shown that starting him is like continually playing him isn't going to get him a goal. So the other option is to drop him and make him fight for his place, because not only him tonight, it's not only him that's missed the chances, but he's missed chances again. You know, at crucial times of the game. So I'm going to give him a 5.5. You know, he's getting into positions, but he just can't put it away. And I think that's 12 league games without a goal now. His last goal was against Hornchurch, who are about 2-3 divisions below Notts. I will drop him. Because the last time we looked very dangerous was when we scored 4 goals against Woking, and he wasn't on the pitch at that time when we got the majority of those goals. So he gets a 5.5. We then go to Enzo Bolowin, or whatever they called him when he came on. Criminal that he's on the bench, absolutely criminal. But where does he fit into this formation? He doesn't, does he? So I thought he came on. I thought he was decent. He was a threat. You can tell teams know he's a threat because they double up on him, triple up on him. I think he gets a 6 from me. And then Ruben Rodriguez and Knowles both are just going to get 5s. They didn't really, especially Knowles, have time to do anything. So that wraps up the player ratings. I think it's really, really, really poor at the minute watching Notts. Media boycott from ourselves, as well as the whole of the English football system. I think maybe that's a good thing, because if Notts don't beat Altrincham, or worse, lose to Altrincham, very, very bleak times ahead for Notts.